Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So you can probably tell I'm at a different place. It's been musical rooms in the apartment that I'm living in for a long time, and we've come full circle. I'm back in the room that I was a year ago. I actually much prefer this to the room that I was in before. However, that means that the lighting might be a bit weird. I haven't fully figured it out yet. From what I can tell, I think it's okay. It might be a little bit bright, so if something changes, I might adjust as I film. Today we'll see. But yeah, so we have the brick again, which is a nice change, I think, from the fucking gray wall that I had before. I also want to give a thank you to everyone for 500 subscribers. It's funny because I feel like when people say that, it's like, oh my god, thank you for 1 million subscribers, but I can't believe I don't even know 500 people, so it's like fucking crazy that people want to watch my stupid videos. So thank you, and thank you to the people that watch and comment on so many of my videos. You know who you are, and I really appreciate it a lot. Alright, so today I thought I would do my quote-unquote everyday makeup, which sounds kind of dumb, I feel, but I don't really have like an everyday, like this is as close as I get to like an everyday makeup routine, or because honestly, like I'm not exaggerating, like my everyday makeup routine is legit like what I wear to film. Like I'm very much like an all full face of makeup, full glam, or just completely bare face without any makeup on at all. But if in my past life, when I actually like went into an office, I'm a grad student, so I wasn't like working a corporate job, but when I went into my office or had to go into like some sort of setting where I went into somewhere to work every day and I legit didn't have time, this is kind of what I would do. And it's a neutral, but it's still like very much my makeup style. And so I thought I would just show you the makeup that I wear every day. It's still going to be grungy. It's still me, but just like my version of everyday makeup. And I don't know, I feel like that could perhaps be helpful because I never really have been a person that does like tinted moisturizer, mascara, and cream blush. Not that that's bad, that's just not me. So I'm gonna use my Fenty foundation. I'm actually almost out of this. I'm like legit almost out. Oh my god, is this the moment that I run out? Okay, I think I can salvage it, but I think I'm like legit out of this, which is crazy. So this is basically out. I think I can make it work, but I'm gonna add in like 1/4 of a pump of the Ordinary foundation just to fill it out a little bit. And then I'm also going to use some of my L'Oreal True Match Lumig Lotion and mix that in as well. So we're doing a little foundation cocktail today. And I'm going to do this on half my face because this is what I typically do when I just use the Fenty. Although I think it's probably going to be okay because I've mixed it with a lot of other stuff. Okay, so I've done my foundation. I'm just gonna go quickly and do my brows because I've done my brows on camera before. I don't really feel like it's that interesting. I'm just gonna do soap brows as I have been doing recently and then come back. And I might change the lighting because my face is like fucking ghostly as shit. So, okay, so I've done my brows and now let's get into eyeshadow. So I know I do my makeup in a really weird order. I'm going to use the Melt Gemini palette because this is genuinely the palette that I use when I don't have time and I can't think, you know? I just need to fucking put some eyeshadow on and go. So, and this is the palette that I use. I'm going to start off with the shade Lorelei. It's this beautiful mustard shade. And I'm just going to basically run this everywhere through my crease as a transition shade, but I just buff it everywhere. I'm not like super concerned about making anything precise. I just want like a really like blown out look, basically. I had a comment on a video recently. It was an older video, but someone commented like, you need to like be more precise or whatever because like your blending is out of control. And I was like, or is it exactly in control? I just thought it was so funny. But no, I want it this way. I like my eyeshadow to go up really high, so that's what I do. Okay, so now that that's blended all through my crease, I'm going to go into the shade Polka Dot. It's the mid-toned brown. And with this, I'm going to take it on like a flatter, fluffy brush, and I'm just going to literally blend this all over my lid and into my crease. Again, if I'm doing my makeup in a hurry, I just go for smoky and just go for like less of a structured look, which I actually typically prefer for me, but sometimes you don't have the fucking time, you know what I mean? Also, little mental health update. Maybe trigger warning for anyone who doesn't want to hear about that right now. I'm going to talk about that for maybe like the next minute and a half or so. I'm doing good. For anyone who doesn't know, I recently went on medication for anxiety, and it's been about 2 weeks or over 2 weeks, so it's had time to like seep into my system, you know what I mean? And I feel fucking great. Like, I didn't realize how just fucked my mind was until now. I feel just like normal, like how I just feel normal, but without feeling like there's impending doom at every fucking waking moment, you know what I mean? I don't know why I keep saying that, but because last night too, I didn't have a great sleep, and for whatever fucking reason, my body, if I don't have a good sleep, it's like, oh, time to panic. So if I don't have a good sleep, that was like a trigger for an anxiety attack, and I would just have an anxiety attack for 3 days, which ironically made me not be able to sleep. And I was just like, sucks, and fucking went on with my day, and I was like, I think the medication's working. Okay, and so now I'm going to take the shade Cupcake. It's the deepest brown in the palette, and I'm going to, I usually take like a little bit of a less precise brush, and I'm going to use this to just deepen the outer corner. And I'm going to bring that through my crease as well, but again, it's more just like adding some definition, but because everything's matte, everything's really smoky, I'm not really worried about like defining my crease in a super precise way. I'm just fucking blending her in, you know what I mean? Okay, that's getting annoying. Do you ever just like latch on to phrases, especially when I'm filming, and then I have to like fucking listen to myself talk back? I'm like, oh, you don't need to say, you know what I mean, 57 times. And then I'm just gonna blend that shade out a little bit. I'm actually excited. I haven't done just like a brown super smoky eye in a while. And I'm low-key loving it. I'm high-key loving it. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back into the Lorelei shade, the mustard, and just, again, blend over the edge of everything, blending out of control. And that's it for my lid. I'm going to conceal now. I'm going to use my Fenty concealer. I'm almost out of this, and I'm excited to buy a new one. I honestly might buy, this is going to sound a little crazy, but I might buy Tarte Shape Tape because it just came to Sephora Canada. And I just want to know. I'm about 4 years too late, but I just want to know. I want to know what Shape Tape's like. So I might buy it, but we'll see. But I'm going to finish this one first. Because I don't love this. I want to love this concealer so much because I love the Fenty foundation. And so many people say like, oh, this is my favorite concealer, but I don't, it's okay. I don't love it though. I wouldn't buy it again. And now that I have that concealer all over, I'm just going to go in to my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer and go over any areas that need a little extra coverage. Basically all my pimples. Now I'm gonna set my face. I have a little bit of an intense powder routine because I'm a little bit oily, which I normally actually don't do on camera, but I'm just gonna quickly breeze through this here. So I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me. I use the shade 05 Ivory, and I'm gonna bake under my eyes and on my chin and on my forehead. This is more just for like setting my face and keeping my oils at bay. And then I've also do it on my jaw. This I find is good for just like defining my cheekbones, but I definitely don't get oily on my jaw. And I don't really like, I guess I could zoom you out for my face a little. I don't let that sit for very long. I pretty much just put it down and then immediately brush it away. Then I'll take typically a pressed powder. This is also the Maybelline Matte and Poreless pressed powder. This is just the translucent shade. And then I set everywhere else on my face. And then I'll go over it with some type of like finishing powder that has like a little bit of a sheen to it. So it's still setting my face, but it gives it like some life. I have this Hourglass powder. I'm trying to use it up, although because Hourglass is the worst. But I don't think I'll ever be rid of this. I also have a Wet n Wild powder that I use a lot, although that also only comes in one shade, so that is also not ideal. So now I typically do my lower lash line. I might just skip over this because it's not that interesting. I literally just do the same thing that I did on my upper lash line and smoke it out a lot. Okay, so now I'm gonna contour this. I'm just using my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in medium. Like I've said before, I just can't quit it. I don't know. I just like to add a little bit of definition to my face. Now I'm gonna bronze. This is a little like sample of the Tarte Amazonian Clay Park Avenue Princess bronzer. I'm just trying to use it up. Which normally I would never do because I don't ever want to use up any of my products, but for bronzers I'm like feeling like I just kind of want to go through the ones I have and get some different ones that maybe have more inclusive shade ranges, perhaps. Okay, and so now I typically spray my face before I put highlighter on. I'm going to use the Maybelline Lasting Fix Setting Spray. Now is the point where I would highlight my face. It really depends. I'm pretty good at alternating through my highlighters. Maybe let's do, I'm gonna use today the Milani Afterglow Instant Glow Powder. I don't know. And Strobe Light, it's like the lightest shade of the ones that look like these. Something a bit more neutral. If I had like a really important meeting or something, then maybe I'll go for something a little bit softer, like my Fenty highlighter in Metal Moon. That's pretty much like my go-to, like more professional quote-unquote highlighter. But for just like average days, if I'm just in a rush, I still highlight. And then I'm also just going to put this on my inner corner and put a little bit on my brow bone. But I'm really not a big, huge fan of having an intense brow bone highlight, so I try not to put too much. And I also feel like I could pretty much go any way I want in terms of blush with this, because it's like more neutral. So I'm actually going to use, this is new to me, this is the e.l.f. like blush and highlighter duo. This is the shade White Peach. I'm just cleaning off my blush brush because it's not clean. And I'm going to take this and fucking put blush on. Again, the amount of blush that I put on varies in terms of how like professional I have to be. But unless it's like a dire situation, like I'm giving a presentation or something, I typically still maintain a lot of blush. And then I take just a little smaller brush. This is like a little highlighter brush, but I take more blush on this and use this to put blush on my nose, so I can be a little bit more precise. And I like to put it like basically where my eye bags are. And then also on the bridge of my nose. Like that. And then I'm gonna go into the like highlighter-y side and just go over and use this as like a blush topper, because this is a little bit too dark for me to use as a highlight. Okay, so now I'm basically done, almost. I'm gonna put some freckles on. Again, if it was like a meeting or professional thing that I had to do, I probably wouldn't put freckles on. But if it's just a regular day and I'm just going into work, I'm just running out of time, then I would. Depending on the amount of time I have though. If I'm like really running out of time, usually freckles are the thing that I skip on, because I mean, they take time and they're unnecessary. Like, I don't need them. Not that I need any makeup, but if I'm putting makeup on, you know what I mean. Okay, and that's mostly, okay, I keep saying that. I have a couple more steps. So now, depending on the day, again, if I'm really running out of time, I'll skip on eyeliner, but sometimes I'll just take a black. So I'm going to take the shade Body in this palette, and I'm just going to take like a little bit of a thicker, like bent brush, and I'm just going to stamp this along my lash line. And then I'm going to angle it out. And I like to do this after I have like all the rest of my makeup on, because I feel like I'm able to just like gauge where my wing should go a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to just put a black in my waterline. I wouldn't put lashes on. Typically, I wouldn't. But I'm going to today because I just feel like it. And then I'm gonna come back and we can do lips. On second thought, I actually just put mascara on because I guess this is my true like everyday look. I wouldn't normally put lashes on, and I got a little bit lazy. And also, I've been loving this mascara. This is the Maybelline, the Falsies Lash Lift mascara. I have it in the waterproof version, and I really like the way it makes my lashes look. I think it builds really well. It makes them look really full. And it's not super lengthening, but it does the job. It's really good, actually. Would recommend. Okay, and so now for my lips, on an everyday basis, this is like kind of my go-to. So I am gonna take this fucking little stub. This is the Rimmel lip liner in the shade Natural, and I'm just gonna line my lip. I'm just gonna line my lips. And I fill them in like around the edges and then on the sides of my mouth. And then I take whatever like lip balm that I'm using and I'll put it on my lips just to kind of like blend it in a little bit better. And then I'll take a little bit of a darker lip liner. Right now I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade 506 Endless Cacao because this is like my favorite lip liner ever. It's new, but it's like my favorite lip liner ever. And I'm gonna take it just on like the bottom of my lip and the center. That was a bit too much perhaps. And right on the top. Just to give a little bit more definition. And then I just blend it in. And because I already put the lip balm down, it blends like basically away, but it leaves just like a little bit of shadow. And so that's pretty much what I do on an everyday basis because it gives me a little bit of definition, but it's not like a full lipstick. It's not like full. Again, normally I would do like a full lip liner lipstick or just like liquid lipstick or whatever, but this is truly like when I don't have time to think about it and I just need to like put something on. It's so weird. I haven't done like a full glam in a while without lashes, so this is a bit weird but for me. But this is it. This is like my everyday makeup basically, if as close as it gets to everyday makeup, because I really truly like do colorful looks and like deep looks all the time, but like if I don't have time to think about it, I just need to like get going, slap something on. This is what I do. And because it's not a ton of crease work, like I just blend some browns on my eyelid or whatever, it doesn't take me as long, so it cuts my eyeshadow time basically in half. And at the end of the day, that's what takes me the longest in terms of my makeup routine, and that's the part that I can easily shorten. Again, the only thing that I might not do if I'm really running out of time is my freckles, but whatever. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this, because I feel like I just wanted to do it because this is my everyday makeup. That's not like, I feel like a lot of times everyday makeup is just like tinted moisturizer, concealer, and like dewy face and like whatever, and like I love that look. It's just not for me. It's not what I do on an everyday basis. I need something. I like a lot of makeup. Like I like a lot of makeup. I prefer a lot of makeup if I'm going to wear makeup, and that's just kind of my, also like if you come to my channel, I think you kind of know that like I'm not a fucking natural makeup type of bitch. So this is me. So I just thought it could be, you know, good or helpful or whatever. So hopefully you liked this, and hopefully my lighting was good and you like the new setup. I think this is actually a lot better, and I actually find that people click on my videos more if I have like a background that's like this. Like I feel like people used to click on my videos more, so hopefully that will remain that way. Okay, I just need to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again for 500 subscribers, and I will see you next time. Bye.